All right. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I did no research whatsoever when it came to this. So I thought it would be more fun to just jump in here naked and not know what's gonna occur as far as what I'm going to find. So the only thing that we have to go off of are the games. That's it. So let's see if I can piece something together here because I think I'm pretty confident for the first and third game, but I feel like the second game is when things kind of get iffy. And what the hell is this? Okay, I don't think so. The preview of that. All right. I think the first thing we should look up is the tapes. As far as, let me see. Hold on. Let me pull this up too. But yeah, I think we should be looking for the tapes as far as the first ounce of information that I can get here. Because, let's see. That'll help us understand a little bit more because I forgot what happened to half of those. Let's see. All tapes. And I misspelled it. That's alright. All secret tape locations. Are they gonna show the actual tapes themselves? Oh, all the tapes. Hey, look at that. Hey, look. Already off to an amazing start. So I'm gonna see if I can mostly use YouTube to do this. I'm gonna be on my game theorist.
From morning routines to weekend sidelines, when the temperature drops,
This looks like AI.
with Hot Hands, America's favorite warmer, fast acting, long lasting warmth.
This is AI.
Hot Hands, available everywhere you shop.
Bro, those were not real people. That was AI.
Usually the mom holds my treat money. Well, come on, Lauren. We have a special surprise.
Okay, so this is the first one.
Here's what I have.
There's 33 minutes of this. I'm going to speed this up. Hold on.
Is that show on 24/7?
It's like she didn't even hear me.
We need to talk about some new TVs. You know, hold on. Let me try it. I want to have a big surprise on video. Lauren, honey, we got cake and ice cream. We got your favorite, and then chocolate chip.
Come on, baby. We can watch Amanda another time. Lauren?
Okay.
Okay, maybe that might have been too fast.
Love mint chocolate chip.
Okay, I remember that tape. So that was evidence right then and there that the tapes were sentient. So we pretty much know that already, though. And also people can go missing. So I'm guessing the Amanda demon probably has something to do with that. Okay, I remember this too. This is when they had her read this. I actually don't need to look at this. I remember what happened there. So this was when she was reciting the words, and they were basically the names of certain demons. Let's see here.
Producer Sam Colton was reported missing, and authorities.
Okay, I remember this.
Colton is the creator of Amanda the Adventurer, the public access children's
So this is basically the Hamlin laboratory stuff. This is him missing because we know he's in Hamlin's lab.
Missing dog, Chip.
Know that for a fact. Okay, this one I don't remember. Oh no, this one was. I remember this. So they had her reciting the names of certain demons. Yeah, I remember this for sure. So that's interesting. And she said, "No, I don't want to do this." So she can hear the spirits now. So she was probably talking to one of those demons. That's crazy. So I guess that's how they tied that in with that. So they were doing contracts with demons, which is how you got the Amanda demon. So I'm guessing it was one of those things where the demon was tied to the tape and somehow Amanda. So that, I think that was the biggest mystery. How were these two tied together?
Today I'm talking with Sam Colton, the creator
Like,
of
what
the
binds
show,
them?
Amanda the Adventure. And I have to say, a fantastic studio neighbor.
Thanks for having me on the show, Sadie. You're a pretty good studio neighbor yourself. Though I am going to give you a penalty if you keep stocking the kitchen of those delicious homemade cookies.
You can't
I
have
don't
a
remember
holiday
this,
without
though.
cookies. Sam,
I think this is
that's
just when him
to
talking
be
about the
so
show.
fun, but also really teach kids something, isn't it? What inspired you to create Amanda?
I wanted to create a show that teaches children that our world is a magical place, that there are little adventures waiting around every corner in their very own neighborhood.
I think this is what
The
this
show is a
was.
celebration of kids' imaginations. But really, it's all Rebecca. As soon as I met my beautiful daughter,
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's exactly what this is.
into a cartoon. I can't really talk about it yet, but it's exciting. It feels like a dream. The idea of welcoming
Okay, so this is just basically him talking about the contract. You remember that?
With a message encouraging kids to be more their parents or do something harmful. Again, it's subtle. It's not something that's overtly dangerous, not in the context, and it's always under the guise of a new adventure.
I know this.
Don't remember this one though. Don't smack me with an ad. No, I was thinking. No. Why are we getting smacked with ads, bro?
Get him to review the episodes that you've already recorded. I will have the meeting recording.
I think this is just more talk of the stuff.
A fudge? I can't even imagine.
They
Caroline.
provided 2 original tapes of the
Kate.
show. They say there are more. Over the next few nights, I'm going to start combing those for more coded language.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. Let's do this, because I know certain names were very important. So we'll start tying this together like this too. So Amanda, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This is kind of how I did my MK deep dives. It was normally off camera though, so I was like, let me go ahead and show y'all how I do this and how I find stuff without them releasing what they need to release. So Man of the Adventure, who is Kate? That's who we need to know, who Kate is. Alright, okay, so we know who Kate is. She's on the reality TV. Or on one of the tapes. I said reality TV, jeez. See, Kate Parker. So Catherine, also known as Kate Parker, was a librarian at the Kesdo Public Library and the aunt of Riley Park. Riley Park is the main protagonist of the game. Okay, so that's the girl that came out of the tube, which is our main character, Amanda. Wait, is that right? Hold on. Riley Park is. So wait a minute. Does she have 2 names? Hold on. Riley moved. Oh no, I'm tripping. Did the main protagonist as in the person that we played as? I'm thinking we're talking about Amanda. So no, this is Amanda. This is Rebecca. Who was also Amanda. Who was also the person we saw at the end of the game. Okay, I was tying 2 different things. Okay. But we already know, okay, so we know that Rebecca is tied to the tapes, which is also tied to the Amanda demon, which is what binds those two. But we don't know is more about this guy right here. So we know that this is Marcus, contain the conscience of Marcus, right? And Hamlin Entertainment employee who was assigned to keep Rebecca in check as she performed as Amanda. Despite his job, he only wanted to be transferred into the cartoon world so that... Okay, so he knew... Okay, so this was still a job for him. That's insane. Cat, what is good? We're doing an Amanda deep dive right now. So karma is bad. That's interesting to know. Meaning he was okay, so he was one of the employees for Hamlin. So that's this tape right here. Hold on. That's this one right here.
Please say your name.
Marcus Movement. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yep, that's this one.
Mr. Movement, in your previous interview, we established your technical education and engineering expertise.
This is so quiet.
Your skills
Oh,
and certainty valuable knowing our procedures. Do
There we
you
go.
understand that your appointment here will be under the condition of strict confidentiality?
Yes, absolutely. I'm thrilled to apply.
Mr. Movement, on a scale of 1 to 10, when you adopt a cause, what is your degree of devotion to that cause?
Pretty devoted, I guess. I'd say an 8. No, I am, please.
When you are asked
So
to
basically,
do
he
a
said
task
he would do whatever it
what
takes.
is
And
your
okay.
degree of questioning that task, even if it comes into conflict with your current worldview?
I'm sorry,
Opioid addiction gets between you and what you love. Once monthly.
What can I say, bro? YouTube.
When you are
What
asked
can I
to
say?
do a task by your supervisor,
I've only been on here for like 5 minutes. It's like they hit me with an ad every 5.
with your current worldview.
2.
Please rate your ability to suppress personal autonomy for the benefit of maintaining harmony in business operations.
Oh, wow. I'd say an 8. I don't know.
Marcus, will you please turn to your left and hold?
And this is when they scan his face.
Thank you. Now face the wall, please, and hold.
Yeah, okay. So now I remember this. So they scanned his face, and that's basically how he became Wooly, because they transferred him over and put him in one of those tubes. Which is crazy, because I would wonder, you would think they would put one of his tubes inside the thing as like an Easter egg. That would be pretty cool. That's not one of the things that they thought of doing. It's alright though. The game was solid. I liked it. So yeah, Wooly, also known as Marcus, a devoted Hamlin employee. I think you get that reward, cause yeah, what a warden. Okay, so that was pretty much his main storyline. So Wooly was basically just put in place just to keep Amanda in check. That was it, right? And so I guess he was holding the biggest secret. So he's actually the villain, like how most people predicted, which is crazy, because he was one of the ones that was keeping Amanda's memories from her. So that's insane to know that, yeah, Wooly contained the consciousness of Marcus, and he already knows what his job is. It's basically to keep Amanda in line for forever, basically. So that's crazy to think about. Like, the fact that this guy right here, so they had, Hamlin had like tons of security. From Wooly being in the tapes as being the warden, to the tapes themselves being mysteries as to whatever they hold, to the rituals that was performed with the demons so that they could actually tie these characters into the cartoon. It's absolutely insane, bro. It's like precaution after precaution after precaution. Like, they were literally trying to get like 20 different seasons out of this show, which is crazy. And then they marketed it. That's even more insane. It makes you think, like, with this whole AI thing too. It's like stuff like this could actually be possible, like, really soon, which is very scary. Yo, Icy, what is good, my guy? We're doing an Amanda, and so far we figured out that Wooly is one of the bad guys for sure, right? Like, there's no question at this point. Which we know he's Marcus. Oh, you know what's crazy? That's probably why he didn't want to look in the mirror. Which is, hey, that's one of the puzzles that popped up. But yeah, when he looked in the mirror, it was like that big old ghost thing that popped up. And also it says that the guy's karma's bad, so there's that too. So he was indeed one of the villains inside of the game. Which begs the question, the possum. Chicken Scratch is his name. That's crazy. Also known as the possum. So Chicken Scratch was a reoccurring character in Amanda Adventure. We know that. Chicken Scratch contained the consciousness of Jordan Cook, the younger brother of Joanne Cook, who disappeared while watching the Amanda Show. Okay, so we know that. Well, I'm guessing they're calling him Chicken Scratch. I'm gonna call him the Possum, because he's the possum. He was okay, so we know that he was Joanne's sister. We already knew that throughout if we watched the final tape. And that was in Amanda 2. So okay, Jordan and other children trapped in the show were killed in 2023 when Shepard destroyed the stats pods in the Hamlin Entertainment Facility. So, what that tells me, okay, so that's insane because I didn't even think about this. This just brought a whole nother perspective into the game. And the reason I say that is because, what is this? Yago's having a fear of women is so hilariously cute. Oh, Yamaka. My boy Yamaka. That dude is so weak though compared to everybody else on the roster. Not Amanda 3, but the Butcher. I butchered that. Okay. So, the Butcher. What in the world is this? I typed in the Butcher from Amanda and I got everything but what I asked for. Evildoer? Is that what that says? Oh, those look like two O's. So the Butcher. Let's see, do they... This isn't the same. No. Let's stay on the wiki. I don't want to stray away from this. We should probably have typed it in on here. The Butcher. Meat Man. Okay. This is also an interesting name. Meat Man is crazy. I love Yamaka because he is a funny and nice guy. Yeah, he's a pretty nice character. But as far as like having like Key, nah, he not toe to toe with anybody. Actually, who do you think will win the fight? Krillin or Yamaka? they're pretty much on the same level. So Meat Man is a reoccurring character. We know that this is a reoccurring character. But I don't think we've seen him much in the third game. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna use a YouTube video and I'm gonna cheat. Because we already knew a lot about Wooly. And we know that he does not stand in good terms with Amanda. Because he's the warden. I'm gonna mark Wooly as the warden of the game. But the Butcher is very interesting because we only saw him in 2 games. Amanda 1 and Amanda 2. So Meat Man's dialogue, we can fix it. Amanda's fear of him, an image that flashed in Do You Feel Safe, suggests he is a representation of the Hamlin Entertainment surgeon who operated on Rebecca to turn her into Amanda. Okay. But why would he be a butcher though? He was even in the nightmares. So that makes me wonder, and even with these little slices of meat here, were these all like people? Like, are these all like kids? Like all of these little meats, anything with the eyes? Because remember, towards the end of the Amanda game, when we started doing all the rituals and all the other crazy stuff, right? These things' eyes blacked out like they were dead. So what the hell happened? This is my question. Like, when we progressed that far, what the hell happened? Was Amanda the only person that survived at that point? Because there were other tubes. So I don't know. Like, even with this, with the houses and stuff, everything with eyes is like alive. So Hamlin and Hamlin were basically just stuffing people in tubes. And I guess they were just like making different shows and adding like background characters. But Amanda was the main character. That's what I'm getting from this. Like, these are all kids. Every last one of the bush, the tree, the house. And they be dancing too. So that's crazy. When you put it like that, it sounds kind of creepy. Yeah, it's very creepy. Because they're on some Five Nights at Freddy's timing. That's what it is. It's Five Nights at Freddy's at this point. Where Afton literally finds another victim. And he stuffs them in one of the Fredbear suits. Only they're not getting stuffed inside Fredbear suits now. They're getting stuffed inside of these shows as background characters. That's what I'm getting from this. Because think about it. Look at this tape right here, and here's evidence. And I'm glad that I actually went back and looked at this, because I'm starting to piece it together now. So if you guys remember this right here, because I just played it, the door was open.
Hold on. Let me try. I want to capture the big surprise.
Let's go back. Okay.
Who's ready for ice cream and cake?
She's busy with her best
So-
friend.
Is that showing 24/7?
It's like she didn't even hear me.
Maybe we need to talk about some new TV rules.
Let's see. Hold on. If they show her.
Let me try. I want to capture the big surprise on video. Lauren, honey, we got cake and ice cream. We got your favorite, mint chocolate.
There we go.
Come
Okay.
on, Lauren, we have a
So
special
she's sitting in
surprise
front of
for
the
you.
TV screen, as you guys can see, right? We're not gonna go through the entire video, but yeah. So she's sitting in front of the TV screen, and next thing you know it, right? He's like cake and ice cream. All of a sudden, she's gone, and then Amanda says, "I love mint chocolate chip." Right? That's the ice cream that they were talking about, right? And all of a sudden, Amanda knew what she was talking about. So I wonder if Hamlin and Hamlin were using the Amanda and or the Woolly Demon to basically go in and kidnap more kids that were watching the show, Amanda show. Now that's a crazy theory, because if that's the case, they would know exactly who to target, because Amanda would basically be like, hey, you know, and Wooly could be the scout, like, aka he's the warden, right? Since it's the Amanda show, he has to go ahead and make it about Amanda, right? And if he continues to make it about Amanda, right, then he can continue to play the role of the secondary character, aka the warden, to make sure everything's in check, so that Hamlin and Hamlin in the background can continue to use the demons in order to kidnap more kids. That's what sounds like is going on here. Hence why you have every last one of these kids right here that are interactive inside the background, aka background dancers for Amanda. That is insane. What are we doing? We're doing an Amanda deep dive right now. And so far, it's even creepier than what I thought it was in the beginning of the iceberg. Like that, like a lot of the characters, like Sam, Kate, Jonah or Joanne. That's like tip of the iceberg. But like this right here, this is insane. Even with this, like this isn't Amanda. These are just two girls that are missing. Right on the back of a milk carton. If you can identify, yeah, you may have to the NCMEC, whatever that is. But yeah, that's why you got these people that are missing, and you're seeing that they're constantly missing, but they're basically getting swept up by the Amanda demon, and or Amanda themselves. Because if you remember in one ending, we were able to leave the room that we were in, and we turned into a piece of meat because it was a portal that like opened up to like the Amanda show or something like that. If I remember correctly, that was Amanda 1. That was one of the endings. Let me see. Also, I am parched. I need to go get something to drink. Meat Man ending. Okay, so yeah. Let me see if it shows the whole ending.
Save on new appliances at Best Buy.
Penny, because I have a bunch of schoolwork I need to do tomorrow. Oh man. GG's.
And I'm Amanda.
And I'm Willie. What's that smell?
What do you think is making that mess? Can we
So-
help the kitten?
I don't know. Wait, what option did they pick here? Did they say no? They said yes. But this is evidence right here that happened. See? And all of a sudden you're meat. So I don't know whether or not, like, does that play a role in them being background characters? I don't know. But all in all, we know that this right here is... Gosh damn it. This right here is a fact. Like, these are people. These are people. This is like VR, but in Five Nights at Freddy way. Those poor little children. Yeah, this is crazy. Amanda the Adventure is based on Dora the Explorer. Yep. So it's a creepy Dora the Explorer. That's what it is, with a way darker turn than anybody could imagine. Right. Hence why Sam ends up going missing, because he goes and tries to save his daughter from Hamlin. Because he realized that he fucked up. And he ended up dying because the Amanda demon ended up killing him. I do remember this. This is the ending. This is one of the endings. Okay, hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I will be right back. I need to go get something to drink. I am parched. It's bad. 2 seconds, guys. Alright. Yeah, I needed water in the worst way. The worst. Okay. So far we've pieced together that Wooly, bad guy, right? He's the warden. And he was basically being used by Hamlin to keep the Amanda show running. Which hence, while they were running the show, they were using the demons to basically go up, round up the kids, and they were also using the shows to also open portals to send kids into the Amanda show. So Or maybe it was just one of those things where the demons wanted to kidnap someone. I don't know. But in one of the endings, you walked into the portal and you became one of the objects. And you were basically stuck inside the show, right? And that's kind of similar to what happened here. And then some certain characters like the possum, for example, which I don't think they're going to show the possum anytime soon. But as well as like some of these background characters too. Like the doll, for example, could have been a person, right? Towards the end of the Amanda show, you guys see that these characters start dying off though. So like you can see in this right here, these guys are dead. Like they didn't make it. Somehow, some way. I don't know. But yeah. It shows that a lot of kids were basically gone in, they were kidnapped, and now they're a part of the show. Like even like these bunnies, I don't know if these count or not, but anything with like these eyes, I feel like is yeah. Or they could have put the bunnies too. I at this point I don't know, like, but I wouldn't hold it against Hamlin and Hamlin to do this. So there were multiple subjects, as you guys saw in the game, because there were multiple tubes. And yep, there's that. So the Amanda Demon shows right here that she killed Sam. So there's that. So if anybody wanted to know what happened to Sam, he died. I think I played this tape when I did my playthrough, but I didn't know who was on the ground. But we now know that this is confirmed that it was Sam that was on the ground. Hence why they said that he was missing, because he got killed by the Amanda Demon. And the Amanda Demon ended up escaping. Which I don't know if, once again, if it was because of Rebecca finally realizing what was going on or what. But what I do know is that the Amanda Demon definitely protects Rebecca for sure. Right? So they're like two peas in a pod. If the Amanda Demon basically gets hurt, like the actual Amanda feels it, you know. But what makes I guess the real thing about this is that's really getting me is when they put them inside these shows, right? They're not really aware that they're inside the show until, or maybe they are, because Amanda, she was aware the entire time, right? But then again, she didn't really have a lot of her memories, so that was the biggest thing with 3, right? So number 3 kind of did they kind of did like a 180. Because they ended up, how can I put this? They ended up telling us the story that Amanda lost her memories, and that's also one of the reasons why she couldn't escape the tapes, right? But the more she was aware, the more she was able to guide the player through the entire game so that she can be saved, right? But Wooly was trying to prevent that. So that's kind of crazy to think about, because in episodes Amanda probably was crying for help from like other people, and they just didn't really know how to help. And so here we are as a character, right? And damn, she just got bodied. But here we are as a character. We end up finding out that, hey, you know, these tapes hold some type of significance, and you have to basically solve puzzles. So that was the premise of that, which is crazy to think about. And then she starts leading you to where she needs you to go. So that, I think that was just pretty much the story of our main protagonist, right? Where they basically find out, okay, that these tapes are sentient, right? Amanda is sentient, and we need to go ahead and help her, which we ended up doing at the end of the game, and we end up finding Rebecca. But my biggest thing is, I guess, how does all of this tie together? Like 1 through 3. I think that's the biggest thing. So I'm gonna try to piece this together. This is pure Aquafina. Not sponsored, by the way. This is like Resident Evil Umbrella. Yeah, this is like Umbrella level type stuff, right? Like Five Nights at Freddy's, Umbrella, bro. Just mega super companies. Just they just need to stop touching stuff and doing experiments on people. Just stop doing experiments on people. It never works out. It never does. Okay. Oh, this is his status pod. Oh, shit. It said error. So did he die? Hold on. So that was another one of my questions. Did the possum actually die? I don't know if he died or not. He was placed in this, okay, an unnamed possum character who was later named Chicken Scratch by Amanda. Okay, so he's just a possum. Oh, okay, Chicken Scratch first appearance in Amanda. Let's Plan a Trip, which I do remember. Let's Plan a Trip. At one point, he was spotted and he was stealing all the coins and stuff. But he wasn't really the villain. But I wonder what made him crash out the way he was crashing out. I mean, I know where his first appearance was and what the hell he did. But damn, I was hoping they would give me, because they don't really, bro. That's the only thing. I feel like the possum doesn't have enough lure. I guess he died, right? Hold on. Gosh damn it. Where's the pod picture? I don't remember where the pod picture is. Okay, here it is. Okay, so Jordan in his status pod or stasis pod after over a decade. So it says error. I think that means that he's definitely dead, like positive. So I guess he's stuck in the show, period. So once the Amanda show like turns off, that's it, I guess. Which is also interesting too, because let me look something up. Candle puzzle. Candle puzzle. Okay.
This holiday
And I'm gonna use this just for
every
visuals.
macro bar is more than just a snack. It's a gift to your body, a clean.
Well, I was just being polite. I don't need your help.
So I guess so in this moment, I guess Wooly just snapped, and he turned into whatever this cotton thing is. I don't know. That part, like, that never really made sense.
Wee.
He crashed out and turned into
Well, I was
whatever
just
this
being
is.
polite. I don't need your help.
This lump of whatever this is. I don't know.
We need to figure out where our friends will sit for the party. The party can't start until they're all in their right places. Oh, and just so you know, my friends get a little upset if a party doesn't start on time. You'll still help me, won't you?
And then if you say yeah,
Great.
we have to do
Maggie
the puzzle.
wants to be in charge when she is able, so she's.
So, also, this is very interesting, right? Let's see if they mess this up.
Are you ready to sit down for the party? Oh no, we have to find our seats and.
So this is very interesting that they show this. That means also that there's more sentient characters inside of this game, which means that these are more kids that Hamlin and Hamlin stuffed inside of the tapes, including the doll, including these people who died inside of the tapes. That's crazy. Crashing out, no, literally. Also, I just posted a video based on Marvel Rivals. Machika Dark Child. Oh, yeah. Oh, she's fire. If you know how to use her, she's fire. See, and then they crash out again, too.
I'm getting really angry. Please, you have to try harder. I can only give you one more chance.
And then if you do it again, it's over.
This is really, really bad. I feel like I count on you. You run everything.
What did she say?
I feel like I count on you. You
I can't believe I counted on you.
everything.
So, yeah. Oh, shit. The way she... I don't think I saw that in my playthrough. When she, like, crawled across the floor. That was crazy. But, yeah, that shows right then and there that, boom, you know, there's more sentient characters inside of this. It's the amazing digital circus. No, literally. And she's Pamela. Like, this is literally the digital circus. It is, right? They literally got stuck inside these tapes, and the only difference is that there's no NPCs. These are like real people that went missing, and they put them in the tubes, and they basically used them as characters inside of a TV show to make a profit. That's dark. That's very dark. So yeah, I'm guessing that Chicken Scratch, also known as the possum, died in the tube. But I guess whoever keeps replaying the tapes, they just keep living on. Which is, hold on. Okay. Let's go down the list of everything that we know so far. Starting from the first game, right? The first game, we get introduced to... What's his name? Hold on. I'm gonna let this run while I talk,
right on credit now.
so I can get some visuals.
The secret to building credit,
If this ever...
establish credit with
There's
Chase
no
Enterprise
fucking way
Credit
they're gonna
Card.
have me watch this
Learn
entire
more at chase.com/rise.
15-second ad.
In the Air Force, we operate as
And
a
I can't with
We
YouTube,
believe
bro.
greatness can
I cannot with YouTube. Bro, they're terrible. They're terrible. Fuck, man. Anyways. While this is doing this, right? So what's going on in the first game is that you figure out that you have to get a bunch of tapes, right? And that these tapes are sentient, and that there's a main character named Amanda, there's Wooly, and there's a character named Kate, and there's a character named Sam. Those are the biggest things that we have, right? We also know that Jay, my boy, what is good? YouTube is horrible. No, it is. It really is. And I wish they just didn't play as many ads, you know? It sucks, bro. It really does. But, yeah, so those are the characters that we get mentioned. I don't think I'm missing any characters. Let me just make sure, though. Let's see. I don't think I can... Let's see. Amanda Adventure 1. If I can get all the people in this cast, that would be nice. Okay. Let's see. So, we have Amanda, we have Wooly, Blackbot, Say and C. I don't know. Oh, the doll. Happy birthday. Oh yeah, we know who this is. Mom, Dad, Lauren, a disappearing kid. Oh, that's this. Okay, I know who that is. Rebecca, Hamlin director, scientist, security guard, newscaster, concerning parent. Sam. Okay, and Sam. And Sadie. Okay, so that's the interview lady. She's not important. Okay, what is important though is that the characters Amanda, Wooly, Sam, and Kate, Kate. Those are our like main people inside of the circle that we really care about, right? Everybody else that we don't really care about, right? So we know that Sam is Rebecca's dad, right? Rebecca is Amanda, right? And we know Marcus is Willie and Willie is Marcus. That is who we have for the first game. And then and there's Kate, who we don't know much about. So hold on. So Kate, I think this is who. What the hell? Kate Park. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we know she was the librarian. She and the group later investigated over a decade of the following in the purchase of Hamlin. Okay. The placement of the messages hidden. Okay. Okay, so she was the insider. Okay. Got you. Kate sent a letter to Riley about leaving behind a VHS. Okay, yeah, okay, so yeah. She was the Trojan horse. Okay? Auntie Kate. We'll call her for now. So yeah, her affiliations were with Joanne Cook. So Carlene, David, and Peter. So we know that these characters were the affiliation. They were basically like, okay, we need to go ahead and make a plan because they discovered the secrets of Hamlin and Hamlin and wanted to basically make a change. And she was the librarian, so she was working for Hamlin and Hamlin. But when she realized what the hell was going on, she was like, okay, yeah, I can't get with that program. Somebody else needs to know about this. And that's when she tipped it off to Riley, and that's how Riley ended up finding the first tape, because Kate led her to the house. So she ended up getting that information from the house. And after we end up getting that information, that leads us to the next game. So that's who Kate was. So she's the Trojan horse, the middleman, playing both sides. But when she realized Hamlin and Hamlin was on something shady, she didn't want to work for them anymore. And I think it led to her demise. So she believed she was mistaken and recorded a message for Riley before dying in a car crash. I wonder who caused that car crash. Hamlin and Hamlin caused that damn car crash, bro. You can't tell me otherwise. YouTube is lagging so bad. It might just be my stream. I know my internet has just been wonky these last couple of days, so it could be mine. I'm not 100% sure though. My parents don't care about me. I've been getting everyone's old stuff. Oh my god. I don't know if that correlates to that, because I used to get old stuff all the time. So I get it. But I mean, hey, one man's loss is another man's treasure. So yeah, that's who Kate was. She was the middleman. And she tipped us, the main character, Riley Park, the tapes so that we can go ahead and discover what was going on in Free Amanda, who was what's his name's daughter, Sam's daughter, right? And if we were to free her, then there would be no show, right? So it was all about stopping the Amanda show. That was the premise of the game, right? So that's where Kate stands. And then Sam, we know who Sam is. He's the dad. He ended up basically getting bodied. That's that, right? He got folded like a lawn chair by the Amanda demon. The Colton anomaly. Okay, hold on. Is this more allure? Hold on. Okay, the Colton anomaly was a monstrous creature in Kinsdale, Ohio. Psychic, negative fragment of Rebecca Colton's soul. It was the sole protector of the tape recording of Amanda the Adventurer. Okay. So she's a warden of the tapes, defending the show's protagonist Amanda, who was possessed by Rebecca at the time. Okay. So that's how all of those tie in. The anomaly was akin to the wild animal that seemingly attacked those it assumed was causing distress to Amanda or would cause distress. If she intervened in its attack, it slightly followed her wishes. However, the anomaly was highly aggressive, and Amanda had to insist on it to give up on a target. Okay. So, this thing is the protector of the tape. Which is interesting because for one of the endings, I want to go back to watch the ending real quick. So we know what happened in the first one. That's when we find out all the clues that this is what this is, right? And then the butcher. That's the only thing. The butcher. So I'm gonna go with the assumption that the butcher is working with Hamlin and Hamlin too. And he plays the role of the doctor or the scientist. That's what I'm going for. That's what I'm going for. YouTube. Could we please, every 5 seconds, it's another ad. Please stop. Please. There's just no way, bro. There's no way. Just please stop. My God. Just please. So, okay. So, we figure out, see, like, I done lost the whole train of thought. But we figured out that, you know, these tapes are sentient in the first game. That was the premise, right? And once we figured out that these tapes were sentient, that's when Joanne, the character at the end of this... A minute. Oh, they're not going to show the ending. So Amanda, yep. Oh, jump scares, no. Amanda ending. Not this ending, but the true ending. Wait, are these all the endings? We'll go all endings. There we go. We don't care about the bad ending. We just care about the good ending. Which I guess every ending has like their own like bit of lore though. If you really think about it. So there's the bad ending for the first one. So I guess I'll just go through all the endings. Because all the endings literally just explain more and more detail of what the hell happened. Except for the bad ones. The bad ones, you just die. Like, you don't get any information other than the Amanda demon will pop up if she gets pissed off. That's about that. Like, there's nothing else to that. That's that. The worst possible ending. This is, again, one of the ones where she just dies. I'm back. What I miss? You missed me rambling.
shot.
You missed me rambling, trying to piece together this whole thing. Okay, so this ending, we basically figure out that there's portals to the show, right? And that's how they were basically kidnapping people and turning them into ground beef, as you can see.
This holiday season, give yourself the gift of Tim Hortons with delightful holiday drinks.
I don't
and
care.
festive
I don't.
baked
I
goods.
don't care. Just it's fucking ads, bro. So that was one of the endings. Torture ending, surgery.
I'm allergic to apples.
How many, sir?
I think this is. What ending was this?
Hi, I'm
Was that?
Amanda. When you're friends,
I thought it was
you
more
share
than that.
all kinds of things with each other. I can share my crayons with you, so you can have fun coloring too.
Okay.
Somewhere. Somewhere.
So that was the biggest thing, the biggest mystery.
Are you sure? It's a big secret. Is it really okay to share my secret with you?
Yeah.
I'm out there. Somewhere.
And that's when it crashes out. And you can see everybody that's like stuck in there. That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part. You can literally see everybody that's stuck there. And so, yeah, this ending basically still lets you know that Amanda is still alive. Right? And that was one of the endings. I don't know why they didn't show the other. These are not all the endings, bro. One of the endings, you turn around and you see the masked person. Which we figure out the masked person is Joanne. Right? We also know that Joanne is the she's related to, because I don't know exactly what she is to him, but she's related to the character Jordan, right? And Jordan is the possum inside of Amanda 2, which is where we first see him. So all endings. So that's pretty much all we get for number 1, is just that we know that Amanda is well, number 1, the tapes are sentient. Number 2, Amanda's alive. And number 3, that she's still somewhere, and that's why these tapes are still out. And that's why they're still doing what they're doing. Because Hamlin and Hamlin is still working behind the scenes, even though they're not behind the scenes anymore, which is crazy. Because I think they lost control of these characters, and then they kind of forgot about them. The dude we're watching now. Peep who? Oh, that's me. Peeps. Amanda 2. So let's see. Is this gonna be all the endings, or are we just like picking and choosing? It better be all the
Save
endings.
on new appliances at Best Buy.
Simple, he's our boy.
What?
You
No,
damn right I'm
not
your
done treasure
boys.
hunting. I really thought we'd find something special, and you didn't help me at all. So you better find something good for me.
I remember this. I remember that. So the girl on the comm we know is Joanne, and we know that Joanne is indeed one of the people that Kate basically was like, hey, we need to do something about it. This masked person right here. So this ending I don't really understand. So let's see if this can help me understand this.
Good. You're okay. Let's do what we came to do and get out of here.
You're actually gonna make me crash out? I don't want you to crash out, my guy. Not on the live. Are you on Team Goku or Team Vegeta? I'm Team Goku all the way.
Run.
So wait a minute. So she goes in. She smashes it. But what soul was inside that tape?
Run.
So we know that happened, but that was the bad ending. So that wasn't the true ending. But wait a minute. If that's the bad ending, and I don't know what soul was in that tape though.
Good. You're okay. Let's do what we came to do.
So I guess the Amanda Demon is there just to protect all the tapes, right? Because this right here is proof that there was souls inside the tape. That was proof right there, right? So the proof was, okay, these souls are inside this tape, and the Amanda Demon was there to protect those tapes, right? So that doesn't happen.
Run.
Which is crazy because she ended up releasing one of the souls. But I don't know. So I don't know if that makes the Amanda Demon good or bad. Because, once again, they're still trapped there. Right? So the true ending... which is when they tried to get the possum.
Why didn't you help us? I trusted you.
What did I just say about strangers?
What did I just say about strangers? Wait a minute, he didn't... I skipped it, that's why. So he remembered. So he remembered. So he was trying to say Joanne. So he was calling out for his okay, wait a minute. Let me just figure out who Joanne is to him before I... Was that his sister or the mother? Older sister. Okay. So he was calling out for his older sister Joanne. Right? Basically trying to communicate to her and let her know that he's trapped inside of the tape. Which is kind of sad, very sad. This is gotta be... Fuck. YouTube, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. This ad is... Oh my god.
Classic ride.
You gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop with this.
Whether you drive it every day,
I'm trying to explain some shit. Please stop. Gosh damn it. Anyways. So that explains this.
Please get rid of it.
What the hell happened in here? I'm gonna come check on you.
So that's what happened. He heard her on the comm. He heard her voice on the comm. He realized that was his sister. He tried to call out for her. That's why he crashed out. Yep, that's why he crashed out. And they had to restrain him.
Why wouldn't you help us? I trusted you.
What did I just say about strangers?
Yep.
Well, let's get rid of this guy already.
So that's what happened with that. So he heard her voice on the comm and he tried to escape.
Did that thing do this?
Okay.
Oh God, I'm praying you're gonna see someone give me this to you. I can stay safe so I can protect you. Okay, please just don't watch the tapes.
Oh, this is Kate. Okay. Let's see if I can understand this a little bit better.
Oh, Riley, please. Oh God, I'm praying you're gonna see someone give this to you. I can stay safe so I can protect you. Okay, please just don't watch the tapes. Destroy them. What did you think? How could I possibly fear this?
Literally the next minute is gonna be one of the ads. Yeah, it's sad.
Everyone who's trying to figure it out, they're all dead.
That's crazy. And Kate thought Joanna was dead.
I can't bear the thought of it. As I remember, I was wrong. Riley, there is no higher calling. There is only suffering. Pain.
So I'm guessing when Kate found out the truth.
Please, listen. I was so stupid and arrogant to think we could beat them.
And they were talking about Hamlin.
She wasn't ever asked to leave. She was already gone. And then you kiss us too, please.
Jesus. So she was begging you not to watch the tape. Okay.
Riley, I don't know what to. I am so sorry. Kate died
Okay.
because of me.
And we know now. Yeah, we knew that Kate died.
My brother was one of the kids who disappeared. All I wanted.
Who was the possum?
And someone came to me. They told me he was trapped, and the only way to free him was to smash the tapes. And I believed them. I brought her here to destroy these. I thought I was doing the right thing. The night she died, I went
So
to
did-
Mom's house. She'd been working so hard to find
Yo,
me.
Aries, what is good, my guy?
Back. I screamed at Kate to give me the tapes, and then
I thought Michael Afton died. Michael Afton did die.
it was horrible.
He got trapped. And then he got turned into Springtrap.
I begged her to run. I didn't want her to get hurt because of me, but then she.
She's talking about Kate.
I think it was protecting the tapes. We didn't know. Kate didn't know. Now I led those psychos right to her house.
Damn.
They're the ones who broke it down. It was to destroy those tapes. I know it. I saw the letter she wrote to you.
Okay, so Hamlin and Hamlin tried to destroy the
I
tapes.
took advantage of that trust to bring you here, to find the tapes. I don't know if you can ever forgive me, but I do know that Hamlin needs to be brought down. I won't be the pawn anymore. I will do whatever I can.
And that's when the woolly demon comes this time, I think.
Take these and get out of here.
Gosh damn it. I'm trying to see if they took all the tapes or not.
Antidepressants.
Go! I'll be right behind you. Promise.
No, that's William Afton. Okay, so the woolly demon wasn't protecting the tapes. He was the warden for the underground. Okay, that makes sense. That's crazy. You can just hear him just chowing down. So that's what the woolly demon was brought to do. He was basically protocol. His basic protocol was basically to make sure that nobody went underground to discover what Hamlin and Hamlin did, which is crazy. So that explains what happened in the second game, right? Where we get to the library, which Kate was the librarian for that library, and they were running their experiments underneath the library, which ended up being Hamlin's laboratory, right? And that's where Amanda was also housed at. If you guys remember, let me see. I'll actually show you guys. In Amanda 3, you guys see that. Let me see if they'll show it.
What's up, guys? In today's video, we've got a hidden secret that has now been found in Amanda the Adventurer 3. As you guys know, there's a locked door that throughout our entire playthrough, we could not get inside of. Even once we found all the secret tapes, I still could not figure out a way to get inside this door.
Is he going to show it at the beginning?
And it's interesting. I don't know if I love this, but to get into the door, apparently the...
Oh, he did show it at the beginning. I thought he was going to show it at the
I'm
end.
excited about the Subaru Share the Love event because
Alright,
Subaru
you guys know how
retailers
this goes.
nationwide are giving back.
Giving back.
I'm going to get smacked with an ad.
This is his room. Oh.
So, as you guys can see, this is the Amanda room, right? So this is the room that Amanda was housed in. You can even see her purple elephant sitting in the corner, right?
Oh, you're talking. This is the room that they recorded the video in. There's
Yep.
the camcorder. There's a note. Look, this must have been... Who's talking? Yeah, look, that's the same sheets. I remember I was looking, I was like, well, that's interesting that they gave him sheets that look like that, but we got a camcorder.
Yep, and it doesn't record
Oh, it
shit.
doesn't work. Now, wait, I wonder, imagine we could do something with this?
You can't do anything with it.
That'd be kind of crazy, though, if there's like another secret with this. Or maybe...
Yeah, hey, and if anybody finds the secret for this camcorder, which there probably is, but if anybody finds that, then yeah, that'll be crazy. I'm gonna leave that to like game theorists or something like that, but that could be another piece to the puzzle if something were to come up with this.
Maybe there's like a tape around here. No.
So yeah, that's the Amanda room. How come you always have to leave? Who's leaving? You talking about me or someone else? Do you ever read manga, like anime books? Yeah, so I'm not crazy big on manga, but I have read a couple of mangas. Like, what is it? What was that one show? The big popular one, Solo Leveling. Like, I was interested in that manga. That manga was pretty crazy. And it was even crazier is that one of my boys, they were like, bro, when this gets animated, when this shit get animated, this is gonna be like top tier anime, right? Like, this is gonna be like the rawest anime out. I thought he was glazing. He was not glazing. That now all of a sudden you're seeing like Aura Farm memes and all sorts of stuff. So there's that.
No, okay, let's read the note. All right. Oh, we can't pick it up. Rebecca, honey, I'm so proud of you, and I know that our friends are taking care of you while I'm away. Oh, this is what they had him saying. You can trust them, sweetheart. Have fun and do your best, just like you always do. Daddy loves you and is always thinking about you. I'll see you again soon. So why did they want...
So I wonder why, if he would, when he wrote this, I wonder if this is before or after he knew what was going on, right? Like, before, like, as in, like, before they started recording, or like after the fact, where like he realized Hamlin was on some bullshit, and then he tried to save his daughter, and then he wrote this just to make her feel comfortable. Solo Leveling, nice. Yeah, Solo Leveling and the Aura Farming, bro, like it's so crazy. It's so crazy. Like that, it's up there in my top tier anime list for sure. Right? They just executed that anime to a T. Like, that surpasses Demon Slayer, you know, all those big animes, Naruto. I think that's definitely the next big bad, bro. Where everybody's just like, yeah. And it's one of those things where, like, nobody really wants to glaze it, but it's like, damn, yeah, this guy is, yeah, he's aura farming. But it's glazed at the end of the day. It is. It literally is. And there's just, like, no other... It's like... How can I explain it? It's like... You're like... I don't know. This is going to be a weird analogy, right? But it's like you and your buddy is like, okay, let's size up to see who's bigger. And then some other guy comes in out of nowhere and is just like, boom, slaps it on the table, right? And you're like, okay, yeah, no glaze, but yeah. It's just like one of those type of things, right? Or when somebody like pulls in with like the most like, I don't know. I feel like that's the best analogy I'm going to give you guys. That's the best I got for you guys. And I know it sounds like glaze, but it's glaze all the way across the board. I don't know what to tell you.
I want him to say this to her. So proud of you. I know that you're friends. I guess just so that she trusts them. Look, he says our friends are taking care of you while I'm away. You can trust them.
So this has got to be after
then.
then.
They want that or her, you know, Rebecca, to believe that she can trust them. Have fun and do your best. Just
I think this is after then.
And is always thinking about you. I'll see you soon.
Or you know, it'd be even more fucked up if Hamlin actually wrote that letter. That'd be even more fucked up. Okay, so I think that was Amanda 2. That was everything we pretty much need to know about Amanda 2. We found out that the possum is one of the characters, and that character also. Oh, I'm trying to look up a video at the same time, and it's not working. Wait, we're in Amanda's room in some. Is this a fan-made game, or what is this? It's like fan-made game.
So there is a new Amanda the Adventurer update. Every time we open this game, we see the screen.
No way, this is...
So I typed in orange, and then it took me back outside, then back inside. Willie's looking at me like he needs to blink twice, always secrets. But right now, I think it's pretty much your run-of-the-mill...
Okay, no, this isn't canon. I thought this was canon for a second. I don't think this is canon. Okay, I don't know how the hell they were even able to use those characters. So yeah, Amanda 2. I don't think we really missed anything from these tapes. Yeah, okay, so yeah, I can literally look at these and explain it to you. So this is clearly them hooking Amanda up, right? She's older. But of course, you know, we're not gonna be able to see it in game format because in game format, you guys know how she looked. And then there's Sam, which this is the library, which is even crazier because Hamlin to Hamlin.
I think that would get
That's so dark to think about, right? That they were going in, right? And this is the room underground, by the way, right? And this is basically them interviewing Sam, basically letting them know, like, yeah, we're about to go ahead and use her as like this Amanda battery, which is fucked up. But this is the library, right? And this is an ad.
Free agent, but I cash back 3% on dining.
Jesus Christ. Can we stop?
Right. That new kids corner will open up a whole.
So this is the library. So this also makes me think, right? When these kids went to these libraries, right? They were pretty much in the vicinity of Hamlin, right? Who's not to say that, I don't know, they go in and they like get their free copy of Amanda just to borrow it from the library, right? And then they end up going missing. Because this is a library, so like they have faces on these kids. So I wonder if like they were targeted. And if that's the case, then that's even crazier to think about. Yeah, Sung Jin Woo. Yeah, my boy is yeah. He used to look so cute when he was a serious bro. Bro. Yeah, my boy was he was turned up throughout that entire anime. I would say the least. The character progression on that show was top tier. Definitely top tier.
And fuel their own adventures.
Amanda just ore farming. Well, I mean, she is carrying the entire show, so I mean, technically she is ore farming.
The very silly groundhog by our friends at Blue Fairy Puppet Theater. Okay, bye. Hey, thanks for filming again for the archive.
So that's Kate.
No, I'm about to. Yeah, I'll catch you later.
Expect to see you by story time.
Okay.
Well, I'm a sucker for that treasure cat.
Perfect. Yeah, give me what you got.
You know, I have to say, I just love seeing the connection you made with the kids here.
So it looks like he's talking to Hamlin employees. If you ignore everything else that's going on.
I'm about to. Yeah, I'll catch you later.
Expect to see you by story time.
Okay.
Well, I'm a sucker for that treasure cat.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay, I was trying to see if he was still smiling. Yeah, he is still smiling in the background. Okay. But yeah, bro, so that pretty much sums up Amanda 2, is where we figure out that the library is where everything is basically going on, but it's going on underground, right? And they're pretty much using this library to go ahead and take kids like this to go ahead and get their parents to go and like rent the Amanda tape. And then once they rent the tape or buy the tape, then by that point it's like, hey,
you know, I have to say,
we already got these kids as targets. We can go ahead and start using Amanda to basically transport them inside of the tapes.
I love it. You're my favorite jumper.
So that could have been another way that they were able to do that, right? And Joanne, being one of the big sisters of one of the characters, proves that they could have been targeting the kids that were going there. Since her younger brother was probably one of those people that came to this library. So there that is. And then this is the surgery. So this is before, right before they were gonna put our main character inside the tube. So that's what this is. And that's the surgeon. You can hear him in the background. So yeah. So there's two of them.
Excuse me, this corridor is extended. Hey, excuse me, hey.
And he was recording it. So I don't know whether or not that was Sam or not, but we just know somebody was recording what was going on. It could have been Sam, it could not have been Sam, but all in all, somebody was recording and somebody didn't like what was going on in Hamlin Entertainment. And so what ending?
When I decided to get my education,
I guess we're on the ad
I heard
ending.
it all. It's too expensive, and you'll have to take out student
Or
loans.
the ad tape.
But then I found WGU.
So let's see here, black tape. Oh, the black tape was the true ending. Yeah, we saw this. This one.
5, 4, 3. Alpha Tango Alpha 6, 7.
Security escort will arrive in 90 seconds. You have clearance. Stop recording.
All right, Mr. Cole. This is how you're going to behave. We'll do what we can with what you gave us.
Okay, so we end up finding out on that tape that he was being used as a puppet, right?
Company has been around since the Middle Ages. Is that what we're saying?
And I think
That. Or they were.
let me see.
I want to bring Peter into this, if you two are comfortable. This is really his area of expertise.
Okay, so yeah, these were the people trying to devise a plan. I think that's it for this, Amanda. So yeah, this pretty much kind of tied up. Let's see for the third tapes. Because so far I can paint a picture, right, of what actually happened. So we know that Hamlin and Hamlin basically, or I'm sorry, our boy Sam basically had this grand idea, right, to make that scared the shit out of me. So they had this grand idea to basically create this Amanda show, right, and it starred his daughter. And what ended up happening was that Hamlin came in, right? They abducted the whole project, and they ended up basically like making this a shady thing where they would end up putting Amanda inside the test tube and basically constantly use these Amanda tapes to make more kidnappings, right? So that they can add more to the show. Which is absolutely insane, because that's why you can see these characters dancing around, because these are all sentient people, right? That's why they have eyes. And that's why you see them die towards the end of the Amanda. But I guess that some, I would say some entities hold more power than others inside this show, because characters like Wooly and characters like Amanda didn't die, as well as her friends, also known as the dolls, right? So that's interesting to know. But long story short, Hamlin and Hamlin were basically on some shady shit, and they ended up hijacking Sam's show, and they ended up making the Amanda show, which they used to kidnap kids. And when they did that, they added to the show, and they could make more tapes, right? Wooly, who was in charge of hospitalizing Amanda throughout the show, also got put in and stuffed into one of those tubes, right? But he basically acted as the warden to make sure Amanda never stepped out of line, right? The possum, who is one of the kids that got kidnapped, more than likely from the library, right, was handpicked to be a special character inside of the Amanda show, but was never actually given a name. So I guess Amanda named him Chicken Scratch, right? So I have all those. Once they found out that Hamlin and Hamlin were on some shady shit, Kate and Kate and what's his name? Gosh damn it. Kate and Joanne, once they figured out they were on some shady shit, which I think they continued to just add on to like their little circle of people that wanted to help them, right? Bring down Hamlin and Hamlin and basically help Amanda and free Amanda. Once they figured out that it was some shady shit going on, they was like, okay, we need to bring in as many people as possible to help, right? I'm guessing Hamlin and Hamlin caught on to what they were doing, and they tried to go ahead and cover up what actually happened, right? Which was them basically putting these characters inside of these tapes and these kids inside of these tapes. I think they would have continued the operation if the Amanda demon didn't escape, because y'all remember on one of the tapes the Amanda demon escaped, right? And we saw this, I think, inside this one right here. Yep. So we saw this happen right here. Right. This is when this happened. So we got the Hamlin scientists. They're still working on the show. You know, they're still running their experiments and stuff like that.
Further investigation of this first sighting of the anomaly.
And so, boom, you see that this Amanda demon escapes, right? And I'm guessing she goes and she wreaks havoc and kills basically all the scientists and stuff. That's just the theory, though. But we never saw any blood or anything inside the facility that we were in, right? So, I'm going to leave that as unsure.
Its characteristics and movement patterns. Reports of disturbing noises in the ceiling followed the incident. Follow up on these reports is ongoing.
Because we know that the Amanda demon escaped. And her job was to basically guard the tapes, right? And Hamlin was trying to destroy the tapes once that Amanda demon escaped. And I'm guessing she killed all the scientists. That's just a theory, though, right? There's no evidence that those scientists actually died, though. That's the only thing. We know that he was dead, though. And that person was Sam. So the Amanda demon, also known as Amanda, ended up killing her dad. So that's what that showed right there. Alright. So to put all that into perspective, that's how Sam ends up meeting his demise through a product of Hamlin and Hamlin. And I'm guessing that Amanda, let me think. I'm guessing Amanda and these characters, right, ended up being trapped at this point because there was nobody that could read the clues. But once she tipped our main character, follow me now, once she tipped our main character, we were able to go ahead and follow the path that we needed in order to save Amanda and to bring back her memories, right? As well as helping her and her journey to basically lead us to where she was, right? Which is what we saw at the ending of Amanda 3. So, if we piece all those things together, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So the timeline is Hamlin running experiments. They were putting these kids inside the tape. The main character, Amanda, had her own demon, which I don't know if there's more kids that had more demons, but the only two demons that we seen were the Amanda demon and the Wooly demon, right? Which I think was, I'm pretty sure was enough power to charge the entire show. I don't know. And then you had the special guest, the possum. So that's what was going on. The Amanda demon ends up escaping, right? And the theory is going to be that she ended up killing all the scientists, including Sam, right? Who had this grand idea for Amanda to basically make it into a TV show. Okay? And once that Amanda demon escaped, she basically ended up becoming just the tape warden, right? So anybody that messed with the tape, they were getting bukkake, right? So there's people that wanted to basically expose Hamlin, which were Kate, and Joanne, and a couple of other characters who really aren't really crazy important to the story, right? But all in all, they're probably all dead, right? Including Kate, who ended up dying in a car crash, right? So she ends up tipping off Riley, who is the main protagonist. The main protagonist ends up getting the tapes, and she ends up finding out that Kate wants her to watch these tapes to go in and follow the clues to somehow, some way put a stop to Hamlin and Hamlin, right? Which takes us to the first game of Amanda. And in the first game, you basically solve a bunch of puzzles and do, you know, all this crazy stuff in order to basically find out that Amanda is still alive. Okay, which brings us to the second game, and we find out that there's more than just Amanda and Wooly. There's other people inside these tapes too, which makes you think, okay, how many of these people were they running experiments on? So that's what brought up that question in Amanda number 2. And we also figure out that the library was also where they were running the experiments and where they were going in and they were finding their victims for the kids who were also targeted by the Amanda show. You end up finding that out in number 2. All right. And let me see. Let me make sure we're on the right track. And after that, if you end up getting the true ending for Amanda, right, it'll let you know that we aren't supposed to destroy the tapes, because that's what Hamlin wants. They want to cover up, right? But instead, we need to go ahead and find more secrets, which Joanne ends up basically giving us, right? And she ends up telling us the truth of what happened and what she's trying to do at this point, right? And she ends up dying, and then we also find out that there's a woolly demon who is not trying to guard the tapes, but he is trying to guard the secrets of Hamlin and Hamlin, which is why they asked him, how far are you willing to go, right? How far are you willing to go for this company? And he's clearly willing to go this far, to trap himself and Amanda inside of this show, right? Just to keep Hamlin and Hamlin's secrets alive, like just keep them like buried for as long as possible, right? But there's just one character. There's one wrench inside Woolie's theory, whatever you want to call it, right? Is that us as the main protagonists are very persistent, and we want to free Amanda now because we realize that, hey, Amanda, well, number one, she's a human, and why wouldn't you at this point? And number 2, that we uncover even more secrets of Hamlin and Hamlin, because now we have all the proof that we need to bring this company down, right? So that brings us to Amanda number 3, which is when we go underground, and we also find out that in the beginning of the prologue that there's more people trying to work against Hamlin and Hamlin, right? And so in the 3rd game, this is when we basically find out all the secrets about where they were keeping Amanda, how many other kids were inside of these tubes, more people dying and like getting transferred, right? Which also begs the question, though. The Amanda tubes. So my question is, what the hell? Maybe I should have typed in Man of the Adventure. Let's see if we can see the tubes. Nope. Alright, whatever. So you guys know what tubes I'm talking about, though. So yeah, I wonder if they were gonna add more people into the show, because I think there was like 6 different tubes inside of the game. So I don't know, right? It could have been more protagonists that they were gonna use, and they were probably gonna use like different kids for like different shows, right? Hence why you had the possum. But I don't know, right? But what I do know is that everything that has eyes on here is sentient for sure, right? So, also what we found out in Amanda 3, was that there was more people that ended up dying, and then towards the end, which is the candle ending, we find out that. Wait a minute, I think I might have to rewatch that one. Okay, yeah, this shows that the show was canceled because he's dead. He's gone.
I wanted to create a show that teaches children that our world is...
Why is he here?
He's all alone, Willie. I think he needs us.
So I think I just pieced together those 2. So Amanda 1 and 2 is for sure pieced together. 3, we're missing the ending, though. I'm missing the ending. And then after this, I'm going to see if this guy's video aligned with the stuff that I was saying. It probably didn't, but we're going to see anyway. because this keeps popping up, and I want to see if this guy explains it kind of similar to what I'm explaining it. I don't know. Let's see. So we need the Jesus.
Sparking snake.
The sparking snake. That's exactly what we need. Yeah. So we need Amanda. Let's see if we can get this ending and we can figure this out. Because I think I figured out pretty much everything there was except for this ending.
A door with 3 windows.
Yeah, we understand what Wooly's job was. He was to protect this facility and make sure nobody got out if they found this shit. Alright, so let's see here. This is the bad ending, I think. Oh, the normal ending. That was the normal ending. She'll never.
Help me leave this place.
That was the normal ending. But why wouldn't she be whole again? I guess that's the real question that I was trying to understand towards the end of this.
Gold Bond Healing Hydrating Lotion. Clinic.
So let's see the birthday.
Give it to me.
See if we can make sense of this part right here. So, okay. So I think the reason this worked and the reason this ending worked is because Rebecca ended up doing it herself. And what I mean by that is she was in the tube, right? If you were to break the tape and she was still inside the tube, then it would stop this Amanda demon, but she would still be trapped down here. Right? So the demon would be gone, right? The character from the show might not be gone though. But since she was the one that broke it, right? She was able to break the bond between her and the demon. So I think that's why this ending makes sense, right? You couldn't smash the tape yourself, because if you were to smash the tape yourself, then you would leave Amanda in the tube and she would still be trapped inside the show. But since Amanda herself was able to break it, that leaves the Amanda demon and the character inside the show, because it breaks the bond, right? Because the tube is also a bond that's holding the characters as well. So I think that's why this ending makes sense. Now as for this though, let's see. She had the tape, right? And look at where the Wooly went for. So she's still binded by that demon, right?
I'll never be whole again.
That's why she says she'll never be whole again.
Help me leave this place.
So that Amanda demon is still trying to protect that tape. But that's also a part of her. So yeah, that makes sense. Alright. Let's see if this guy is on the money. I want to see how accurate I was between other YouTubers. Let's see. Well, I think I pieced this together really well.
Amanda the Adventurer 3 is finally here, and it is the huge lore drop finale that all of us have been hoping for. So today, like any new game release that we... snuck into the Hamlin facility and is trying to get some sort of information. They appear to be working with Kate, but before too long they're discovered by security, and after writing something onto a red VHS tape, they're caught and shot dead. We then cut to the end of Amanda the Adventurer 2, where in the library that game takes place, Riley escapes down a secret hatch into the sewers, while Joanne is maimed by the sheep demon we just met. In those sewers, the demon gives chase, but we manage to escape into the very same facility we saw 10 years prior. But now, seemingly, nobody is there anymore. Well, nobody except the test subjects.
Because they're dead.
And then begin the
Because they're dead, right? So that confirms my theory that all the characters from or all the scientists that were working on Amanda are dead.
The process of playing the game. Just like the previous two games, we are attempting to communicate with Amanda, or more accurately, Rebecca, the girl behind her, in some strange way.
Yep.
Using these VHS tapes, interacting with the shows within them, and interacting with the environment around us. Now, with the additional character of the possum we met partway through the second game. He's in every single one of the tapes now, but he seems a lot more calm than before. Whereas in the second game, he's feral and kind of an antagonist. In this game, he's calm and trying to communicate with
Which is
Amanda,
also weird,
although Wooly still
but
seems
yeah.
pissed that he even exists. Wooly's crashing out for this entire game. It's a theme you'll see. The last game nearly confirmed that this possum is Jordan, the late brother of Joanne, the woman we met in the previous two games.
Okay,
and
we
while
got
the last
that.
game nearly confirmed it to be Jordan, this game outright directly confirms it to be Jordan. But Amanda doesn't quite understand what he's trying to say, so she calls him Chicken Scratch. We work with the three of them until we get to this unfinished amusement park tape, which needs to be finished with Amanda's memories. When we do so, the tape is then finished, and we can input the finished tape into this monitor. One of two monitors that are overlooking the containment unit for Rebecca herself. When putting in the tape, we see that it's been turned into a story.
So that's what that
where
did,
Amanda is
okay.
telling this likely real memory of Rebecca going to the amusement park with her father Sam. Once the tape is over, we see this glowing light go through the tubes.
Because I knew we had to give her memories back, but I didn't know how I was able to do it.
Seemingly giving this memory back to Rebecca. The game then continues until we get the opportunity to do this again, this time with a memory of the beach, and likely a day where she spent with the player character Riley in their childhood. When we convert that to a memory tape and input it into the device, we're then granted an access card that gets us to the room in which the guy from 10 years
He
ago
said,
was killed.
"I'm
This time we
so
can try again, but now
bored."
with the help of Jordan. Following Willie's instructions,
I'm
this
sorry,
time,
bro.
Willie
I'm
eventually
sorry.
got killed, but following Jordan's
I was trying to follow
instructions,
a line
but
for a
not
deep
before
dive,
Jordan seems to die. In fact, as we're doing this,
and it went
many of the
horribly
odd
wrong.
things we see in the background also seem to be dying. Things that are apparently linked to the pods in the previous room. We're then cut off by the sheep demon, and in fact, all the smashing the sheep demon did is possibly why those eyed creatures begin to die. We'll get into that later. But once we finish this tape, we get into the elevator, which takes us to the final and strangest set piece in this entire series, an underground chapel.
So that was
one where
it.
we do more VHS puzzles, which culminate in making a summoning circle out of simple candles, placing the last Amanda tape inside of it, and then gaining access to the pod that holds Rebecca herself.
Okay, hold on.
Thus
This
far,
part.
The only thing that arrives is the Amanda demon, bloodied and missing limbs, likely barely surviving a fight with the sheep demon that it probably won, as it's not appearing now. As the demon gets closer, Rebecca asks
So I
for the
think
final tape,
we're on the
and
money.
both of them breaks it in half, seemingly releasing some sort of Amanda spirit, and the demon in front of us just dissolves. Rebecca then thanks you. The two of you leave. So, what does any of this mean? Now, honestly, I think the overall story of this game is fairly easy to follow if you've been paying attention for the past two games and watching all the secret tapes. Because this game is mostly answers for questions that have been set up throughout the franchise. So, what exactly is going on in the secret tapes in this game? The green secret tape shows a Hamlin representative announcing that they are collecting all tapes with the Amanda character. The official story is that some children were affected by how realistic the show is, and just for an abundance of safety, they're recalling them. But that's
Because they were disappearing.
We'll get into why they're actually doing it later. The blue secret tape shows this news broadcast of the local community being weirded out by Hamlin. No one really trusts them. Everyone blames them for the disappearance of the kids, but no one can really prove otherwise. Although I must point out how this ends. This development team loves to do it with news broadcasts like this, but it's such a funny bit every time that they'll end a news broadcast with a swift change to something completely non sequitur. Here's the one, I love it.
When we
No,
return,
literally.
we'll catch up with Chef Adrian Dingle, who's
Bored with
relishing all the
turkey.
unexpected ways you can add a little weenie magic to your
Weenie magic, everybody. The orange security tape, often the first one you'll find if playing the game correctly, shows us a security breach of the facility itself. It's an audit of security tapes, and it's where we see the creation of this Amanda demon, noted in several tapes.
That wasn't the creation, buddy. That was the. I don't know about creation, but she escaped. We know that she escaped.
Anomaly. It seems to be created when Sam sneaks into Rebecca's room, and it then proceeds to kill Sam and escape. And finally, the red secret tape shows us an interview with Marcus Moatman, a man who, as we'll come to learn, is the one who is turned into Wooly. But
Yep,
secret
he's
tapes
Wooly.
are not the only troves of lore we get in this game, because now there's also audio logs that we get from Blabo. No, sorry, Blabo the clown. So what do those audio logs tell us?
Yeah,
The
I
audio
can't
log
stand
is
that
just the
clown,
instructions
bro.
for getting a tape. The second audio log is a bit more interesting, though. They're the confessions of someone from a secret society known as the Curtain. And these confessions of a self-proclaimed witness is that he's going to try to destroy tapes with Amanda inside them to provoke this Colton anomaly, trying to recall it essentially. The third audio tape is a log from a scientist
I missed
talking
that.
about how they successfully were able to recreate a controlled monster, codenamed Shepard, one with the explicit goal of destroying any tape with the Amanda character inside of it. Then there's one bonus log talking about how Marcus might have regretted what he's grown into. There's also a few more scattered Easter eggs that help piece together.
And that's why he
somehow.
didn't want to
There's
look
this
himself
screen
in the
you find
mirror.
next to the demo screen in both iterations, which basically describes that Shepard project in more detail. And finally, the elephant in the room, there's the big code door you see when you boot up the game. Now, I could not for the life of me figure out how to get into this room, and that's because you're not really really supposed to. At least, there's nothing in the story of this game that necessitates you getting into this door, which is why a puzzle this difficult is fair game. But if any of you remember from the second game, there was one loose end that never got tied. The secret tape where Sam Colton is being forced to record a message for Rebecca, basically tricking her into trusting Hamlin. In that tape, he lists off a code that never went anywhere, and that code is used here. If you
Wow.
look at the code he listed, you gain access to Sam Colton's personal room. The room this secret tape was recorded in. You see the same
Wow.
blankets now folded on the bed, and several of his belongings. A purple elephant that Amanda mentions remembering winning with her father.
Because remember, I looked up the code. I didn't know that.
The show was recorded on.
That's
And
crazy.
the note that Hamlin tricked Sam into recording. Not only can you see it on paper on the ground, but you hear it in a low, drawn-out tone over the speakers in this room. With all these kernels of lore, you can start to piece together what's really going on here. But if you're still having
Okay, what's
trouble,
going on, buddy?
Here is my take, my theory on the true, full story of Amanda the Adventurer, Hamlin, and the Colton family.
Okay, let's see if he's
All we know
accurate.
in Amanda the Adventurer is that Hamlin, this strange company, was attempting to, in some way, transfer children within these VHS tapes. The goal was unclear, but it seemed like their most successful attempt was with Rebecca Colton, star of Amanda the Adventurer,
Okay.
a local TV show, turning her into
So
this
far we're on
animated
the money.
character, Amanda. But she seemed to still be alive, once directly stating that sometimes she feels herself rotting, but the feeling is far away. But this game, Amanda the Adventurer 3, the final game of the series, finally gives us some much-needed context as to everything that's
Yeah,
truly
because
going
she
on
was in
with
the
Hamlin
tube. That's
and
why
the
she
Colton
felt like
family.
she was
As many
rotting.
people suspected, mainly due to the demonic names scattered throughout the series, Hamlin's true goal is a demonic cult. Now, maybe not all of Hamlin knows about this, but in that chapel buried deep under the facility, we hear a recorded sermon being played on repeat. One that preaches that the light God gave at the beginning of the universe was covering up the true initial world. That this was added on to the original darkness, a beautiful nothing, something they call
That's
the
what they were
Great
talking
Nil.
about?
And their mission statement is to bring back that nothing, essentially the end of the world. And as they preach, the children are the key
Wow.
to accessing this goal. They're closest to the darkness as they are still new to this world, and their imagination has, quote, not been tainted with truth, so they can still imagine the impossible. And it's in
Bro,
their
I had
imagination
no
where
clue
this
what he
impossibility
was
can be
talking
born out
about.
of. We hear Amanda mention that Rebecca had thoughts she was too scared to talk to her father about. I think these thoughts were of these demons, likely induced by Hamlin themselves. After all, in the sermon they mentioned they must guide the children down the path of darkness. And we have that take from the first game where they're tricking Rebecca into reciting demon names by making her say adjacent words.
Okay, yeah,
this
we were on the
seems
money
to be
on
the
this one,
true
too.
mission statement of Hamlin. Sign child stars into contracts to become, quote, part of the show, all the while using their minds to nurture these ancient demons. Like
Bro,
eggs
we're-
ready to be
we're on
hatched from their
top of it,
brains,
bro.
And do this until they have enough children to bring about the end times. In fact, Amanda was a great asset to them, because their show with Amanda in it was luring more children to the facility to be tested on. And it was working perfectly, until it wasn't. Rebecca Colton was of particular interest to Hamlin. Not only was she a perfect test subject, but her shows were luring more and more kids into this trap. But her father, stubborn as ever, intervened and created something that they didn't even know was possible at the time.
Yeah.
At some point of the mind-washing of Rebecca, Sam Colton snuck out of his captivity and went to finally see her.
So
And
that
in
was
this
him.
moment,
Yep.
the Colton
We
anomaly
confirmed
was
it. Yep.
I believe the shock of seeing her father, someone who she might have thought was dead at that point, who she has recordings of telling her that everything is alright to trust these people, breaking into her room and trying to save her. I think the shock was too much. It split Rebecca into what she was and what she was becoming. And in that split is where the demon manifested, the Colton anomaly, the thing that then killed Sam and escaped. For Hamlin, this was immediately
I don't know about
both
that
terrifying
part.
and incredibly encouraging. Sure, they've created some unstoppable killing demon that they cannot control no matter what they try, but isn't that the goal? Wasn't the entire goal to bring about the end of the world? Is this manifested demon not the first step in their plan? Well, they don't know. They can't test it, they can't catch it, until they realize that the destruction of the tapes of the Amanda character seems to attract its demon. Because its
Exactly. So
demon
I
is
think
attempting
that
to
at
protect
that
these
point,
tapes at all costs. So if they couldn't contain it, maybe they could
at
replicate
that
it and
point,
use that
she killed all those scientists. I think that's what happened. So the demon escaped and she killed all the scientists.
application to lure the original back for testing. So they began Project Shepherd and attempted to recreate this monster, but more controllable. And they eventually found a very controllable and frankly submissive man, Marcus Moatman. They then did anything they could to induce this anomaly once again. And they were successful, creating Wooly and the Shepherd Demon. The
Yep.
Shepherd Demon, luckily enamored with the destruction of the tapes that contained the Amanda character. Now, all they had to do was do their best to reclaim these tapes. So the hunt began. Can they destroy these tapes? And with it, this
Okay, so the
cold
Amanda
anomaly,
demon
while keeping
was-
Rebecca as an alive test subject to lure in more children, all while learning what these demons even are. And then enters the player, Riley, a childhood friend of Rebecca. We begin to learn what's really going on through the tapes in the attic that was left to us.
Okay, I
Eventually,
think-
we meet Joanne, someone whose brother was taken by Hamlin, but yet was
Bro,
trapped by
I
Hamlin
think
and
we're on the
gathered
money.
tapes for them. With her, we gain access to the labs themselves, and with it, find Rebecca. With Rebecca and Jordan's help, gain access to her pod and free her. As we go, more and more of the children's minds who are used to foster these demons being destroyed along the way, letting these children rest until finally it's just Rebecca. The Colton anomaly is summoned.
Yep.
We give the tape to Rebecca.
Wait a
She
minute,
goes
wait,
with
wait, wait,
Jordan's
wait.
help, gain access to her pod and free her. As we go, more and more of the children's minds who were used to foster these demons being destroyed along the way, letting these children rest until finally it's just Rebecca. The Colton anomaly is summoned.
Okay, yeah, so we were right.
She knows what needs to be done and destroys the last tape in front of this demon, releasing this Amanda spirit and the demon itself, and I think reclaiming a part of her own soul, finally becoming whole again and being saved. And that's it. That's the series of Amanda the Adventurer finally done. It's one of my favorite indie horror series that they've come out with, and I
So
can't
yeah,
wait just
just pretty much was straightforward, not twisty turny like the FNAF lure, but yeah, for the most part, that was the Amanda lure, bro. And we were pretty accurate because my boy pretty much said the same thing. I mean, I'll explain a little bit more detail, but, you know, that's the premise. Alrighty. Damn, I didn't think I was gonna be able to piece this together that quick. Hey, literally thought this was gonna be like a 2 live thing. But alrighty. All endings explained. I don't think you need to explain the ending. I see them. I done already explained them. But alright, y'all. I'm about to get up off of here, man. I know this wasn't the most crazy, screaming, blood-curling scream, I'm running from something type of live. But I will have something like that tomorrow for sure. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this Amanda deep dive lore, piecing together, trying to figure out what Wooly is, whatever the hell is going on in this game. I don't know. But yeah, I think I did a good job as far as doing the piecing for like certain characters. Other characters, I don't really know. But I think for the most part, Amanda, Wooly, and then the possum, I feel like I pretty much summed those characters up pretty well, as well as the ending. But alright, man, I'm about to get up out of here. Make sure you guys are eating an apple a day because it keeps the doctor away, man. I love each and every one of y'all. It's your boy Peeps, and I'm out. Peace. He said, I'm bored. I got you with a lie tomorrow. I'm sorry.